Hello everyone, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and my fun fold card for Friday today is called a triple cube or triple box card. I saw a lot of them about on Pinterest and wherever, and I thought I would have a wee go. So what you need for your box would be the full length of an A4 sheet, and 6 inches wide for this one, and two pieces that measure 2 6/8 by the full length again. So it's 3 separate pieces you need, and you're going to need a right wee bit of DSP to decorate it, and I am using the beautiful brightly gleaming papers, which were out last year, but they're back again this year, and you're going to love them. They're really, really beautiful. So the gold just goes right through them, like a bronzy gold. Really gorgeous, and pretty peacock colours and night of navy, which is why I'm matching it into this. So you're going to need two pieces at 2 6/8 and a wee bit longer, 3 inches. These are going to be for the inside of the box. I'll show you the basic shape that of my template is. This is the larger one, and then this one, and it actually collapses completely flat to go inside a square envelope. So I've been playing with this all afternoon trying to get it all to go right for you, so fingers crossed I've got my measurements right. But that's what you need to decorate it. You need cut the two longer pieces so they would sit inside here. You don't need to waste your paper to go right down to the bottom, you're not going to see it. So I thought just putting it in so far would be enough. So you'll need 2 of those. You need 10 of these, so they're square pieces, just 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches, and 2 for the back. I've used a different colour from the same pack just to go on the 2 back taller pieces. So I'll have all the measurements available if you're interested in having a wee go, and if somebody does have a wee go, I might have a wee prize for them. A nice ink pad that somebody might like. So let's get on with our scoring. I'm going to score the first one, the biggest piece, on the long side, score it at 2 6/8 and 5 1/2 and 8 1/4 and 11 inches. So you're left with the 1/2 inch here just for your folding. That didn't work out right, sure didn't. 2 6/8, that should have been a twit. I did 1 6/8, 2 6/8. Thought that looked a bit weird, so hopefully that won't show up. I'll be covering it with the DSP anyway. Concentrate. Right, so your score is 2 6/8, 5 1/2, 8 1/4 and 11. And on these wee ones, you want to score it at 2 6/8, 5 1/2, 8 1/4, just the same measurements again, and 11. So do that on both of those. 2 6/8, 5 1/2, 8 1/4 and 11. And that's your scoring done. So get that out of the way. So if you want to, I forgot to cut a wee piece. We do need a wee piece, which I completely forgot about, so I'll get it sorted. So you need 2 wee pieces, 1.5 inches wide by 3/4 inch deep, and you just want to score those in half and keep them to one side. That's for your mechanism for your sentiment. So score it 3/4 inch, both of those. Totally forgot about them. So you want to do your scoring now. And just making sure that everything goes in the right direction. No, don't let it go over the sides. Just make sure it's nicely scored. both ends are coming together perfectly. And we just want to trim those in very, very slightly. Not too much, just a wee fraction. And then we'll do this one. So it seems to be off of it, so I might have to trim that one down. Again, just a wee trim. Just don't want any of that showing at the back. And then for your biggest one, and again, just a wee tiny trim so that it doesn't show. So we'll be able to decorate those up whenever we get them sorted. We could actually join this one together. So get your glues, whatever glue you like to use, and we'll join that up. Could have actually stuck my paper in there first, but we'll go ahead and work it out when we get there. So that is your basic one there, and we're going to keep the score, the join, which is even hard to see in that colour, to this corner out of the way so that you're not going to see it. So we could go ahead and decorate that with the two large ones, so you know this is your back. And I've cut them short. I'm going to leave them and come back and decorate them at the end. I'm such a twit today. So we're still keeping that as this edge here. So I checked my measurements, and yes, I hadn't done it wrong. I had made the box wrong. So the box actually needs to measure 5.5 instead of 6 inches deep. So that makes these fit. So I'm just going to add the wet glue this time, just to give me a bit of wiggle room, a bit longer. So it's still the full length sheet you need, but only make it 5.5 inches deep. I want this card to fit into the square envelope, and if I do it any longer it won't, so that was just a wee mistake. So that gives you a nice sparkly back. And you can also add a sentiment here if you wanted to say anything nice. We could go ahead and put our insides in here. I have two of these cut. Let me make sure, yep. And again, if you use this nice watery glue, it gives you time to shift that about. Looks okay. And this one. So that looks nice from the front as well, and nice decoration at the back. So now we need to decorate these babies up. And when we're going to put these boxes together, I want to overlap this on the back, and then that's going to be attached to here. So we can go ahead and do that, but before we do that, I want to add here these wee pieces. So fold them in and then add a bit of glue. And we're just going to go sort of central, if you can. Should really put that round the back as well. That's a thing you could do yourself if you wanted. Stick it to the back and then nothing shows up. So we want to do that to both of these the same way. Fold, put some glue on, and then stick it to the same position so these two are coming together, just right at the end. So that's the way you want your pieces to look. You see that? So we can decorate these up. We know that's going around the back, so we want a decoration on that one and that one. So we'll just do that now. And that covers that join for you too. Trying to match these up. Not that it matters because they're two ends of the card. Force of habit. So I need another two here. Just get them all nicely lined if you can. And these are 12 by 12 sheets, so you do get a right few squares out without any hassle. You know, you shouldn't run out of it. It is the loveliest paper pack, and I'm so glad it came back again. So you can see how decorative it is. So now we want to put glue on the inside edge here. I'm going to use the heftier glue so that it holds this for me. I'm just going to put it over the back. Just make sure that your cube's all nicely lined up. And you can see that it's forming its wee box. So, same with this one. Glue on the inside of that wee flap that you have left over. And just pop it around the back. Again, making sure you're nicely lined up. And they will both sit like so on your front. So we're now going to stick this one cube that has the wee flap attached to it to this, and it goes right down at the bottom, so they all line up nicely there. And I'm going to use the heavier glue just to give it a good hold. And then we can decorate the rest of it. So, line those up. Make sure you've got room for your seam there so that it's not interfering with anything. Fold it down like so, and you can see them all nicely lined up together. And just do the same at the other side. Put your glue on the one with the wee flap overlapping. And then you want to line it up. Just double check. These should all go together nicely if you've done your cuts well. Looks pretty good. And then when you open that out, you have your lovely box and your flap ready for your sentiment. So now we want to decorate these bits. So we'll use our other wet glue. And after this, you'll have all the fun of adding whatever decorations you want. So they're all only 2.5-inch square pieces, so pretty quick and easy to cut. No serious eighths and stuff to worry about. Make a lovely display even on around your Christmas tree or on your fireplace or whatever. You could do it up in brick. There's some gorgeous brick type, tile type papers out at the minute, and you could do that with a lovely Santa coming up, like he's coming up out of the chimney. Why not? So just keep adding all these. And that's the last one on. Oops, it's swishing about like a garden. So that's you decorated up. All you need now is your sentiment for the center. I have gone ahead and made it up a couple of wee decorations which I'll add later. I'll not keep you, but I'll show you the finished result later. I have used the tailored tag punch here, and the stamp set is the one that matches the brightly gleaming papers called Christmas Gleaming. It's also back this year too. And I've stamped 2 of each of the baubles and the Merry Christmas in the Pretty Peacock. As you can see, I've stamped it on white, and I should have stamped it on very vanilla, which matches this much better. But you're hardly going to notice that I am going to put the baubles on, one here, with a wee goldy bow on both sides, and then this baby goes in the center. So we have to be able to stick it to that wee thing, which is nearly impossible for you to see at all, but we'll get there in the end, I hope. What way could we fold this so it would actually sit for you to see? There, what do you think? Whoops. So we need that to stick on top of that, but we don't want any of those showing, so I'm going to trim their wee corners just off slightly. So it just depends on the shape of the sentiment that you're putting on. Because I've chosen the tailored tag shape, I don't want it showing. So we're just going to put a bit of the glue, whoops, onto these wee flaps. And then just stick this, and we'll use the point of that to keep us guided to being central. And oh, this is going to be tricky, isn't it? I could do with another set of hands. Who out there wants to help me? Just need to hold it long enough to take and make sure it is taken. Yeah, you can see. Hopefully you can see, yes, the navy there and the navy there. It looks like it might be running off just slightly. I want it to sit nice and straight. So I'm happy enough. What do you think? I'm hoping I've got this right. So you should be able to fold that all up nice and flat for your card to go in your box, and then when they open it, it's just going to bounce up. So I think it's a really lovely, different type. It would be lovely too to make like a manly card with it. You could also put another sentiment up here if you felt like it. And as I say, these will go here and here with 2 wee bows. I might put a sentiment thing here or a bit of holly or something, but I'll show you the finished card whenever I get there. These have been coloured with this metallic marker from Letraset, just to add the bit of gold. This I've used the ink itself and just used my Wink of Stella pen, put some onto an ink block or a block, and just painted the colour on. And these ones just have a wee dot of this, and they're all stamped in that colour. So hopefully you'll like the card when you finally see it all finished, but I think it's great, especially when it folds flat. Who doesn't be bad to that, like? So another wee design for you, and hopefully you'll enjoy it and have a wee go. So I'll catch you all later, and I'll have the measurements and whatever you need with a link to my blog showing it. Bye.